to the mayors to say, hey, don't give permits to these places. Oh, ayaw talaga ng mga mayor yan.
Maano yan eh, maraming ano yan eh, it's not as easy as that, no? May mga komplikasyon. These building owners, for example, where the bars are or where the prostitution dens are located, no? That's money, that's rental for them, you know?
But you're against that. Ideally, the mayors put a stop to it.
No, I'm not against that. If they can put a stop to it, and I think they can help in putting a stop to it, you know, if they are really political will nga eh, of these mayors, no? And also, I would like to...
Well, alam mo, prostitution is what they would call, let's see, the oldest profession in this world.
I would like to call it the oldest oppression. Of women and girls.
I stand corrected.
Yes.
I stand corrected.
It is the oldest oppression.
The fact that we have all these bars and nightclubs with skimpy dressed women, underaged and whatnot, running around in poles. In fact, we promote them in movies.
Yes.
You know, we see it, diba? I mean, gee, even in our media, but that's another story. We'll go into that in the second part. But ano kaya patigilin nyo yung mga bars na yan? Pwede ba yan?
Kung gugustuhin,
yun ang political will.
Kung gugustuhin ng mayors, at kung gugustuhin ng mga congressmen and senators, at kung gugustuhin ni President Noynoy, siguro yan matitigil na.
So, can we safely say at this point, ayaw gustuhin ng mga mayor, kaya may proliferation ng mga...
I don't want to say ayaw nila.
Red light districts.
Oh.
Pero di ba, that's the absolute
Kasi nagbabayad
authority.
din yan ng taxes.
So, pera muna, income muna para sa city before the values or the women or the trafficking. What goes first?
I don't know.
But your stand is Soroptimist. We just have to put a stop to it, period. No other consideration.
No other consideration. And I think,
walang dapat...
wag na tayo maghintay. Wag na natin hintayin ang gobyerno, ang local government, ang ganito, ang ganyan. Tayo na mismo, no? Let us do what we can. For example, in our own neighborhood, we can call our neighbors, magtipon-tipon tayo. Let us tell them about this heinous crime that is existing in our midst. And then we can also warn them about the modus operandi of these syndicates and warn their children and the females in their society, in their puroks or barangays.
Education.
Yeah.
Awareness. Generate awareness first. Education.
Not to talk to strangers, you know.
So basically,
pagbawalan.
If we did not have a proliferation of areas that actually absorb this kind of demand, then the work would be lessened. The problem is, there is a legal presentation of these clubs everywhere. I mean, Angeles, di ba? Tabi-tabi yan eh. It's called the nightclub scene. In fact, it's called the red light district. You have it in Makati, P. Burgos. Then you have it also in Malate, di ba? At one point, MH Del Pilar, Malate, but not near as much, but there are still remnants of it there.
You know,
Pasay, definitely.
One Sunday, I went to Mass in Malate Church. And then I was just waiting for my car kasi ang hirap ng parking doon, alam mo naman. So I just sat on a bench there inside the patio of the church. Linapitan na ako ng mga young girls. Mga young girls, no? Mga poor and nanglilimos. Binigyan ko sila, sabi ko, oh, hati-hati kayo dyan. And then I decided to talk to them. And then they told me that may mga brothels dyan eh, malapit sa simbahan. Nagmamalaki pa sila, ma'am, dyan po ako minsan nagtatrabaho. Ano? Sabi ko, may trabaho ka na? Kasi po yung mga foreigners, yung mga turista, iimbitahin po ako dyan, ganon. And then, I hate to say this in public, no? They're made to do so many things that objectionable things.
Erotic, wrong,
yes.
Erotic,
yes.
Whatever.
And the better they perform, the bigger the cash that they are given. So these are, 7 years old, 8 years old. It's really so sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have an issue here. We've got trafficking where we have to stop it. It's actually a form or an exaggerated form or an aggressive form of what you call white slavery. But then again, we have the legal representations or the legal formats wherein these types of businesses thrive. But there's also the other side of the coin. If there were no takers, then we wouldn't have the problem. So the men or the customers or those who indulge in all these clubs are also part of the problem. Now, what are we? Are we a Catholic country? Are we based on specific morals and values? I guess we are not if we have an aggravated problem of what we call trafficking. Trafficking, ergo prostitution. We all know this is all deeply rooted in what you call poverty, the requirement for more money. Corruption, yes. Poverty, nangangailangan ng pera, ibenta ang isang katawan. The problem again is exaggerated heavily when the customers don't seem to go away and the customers just keep growing. Whose fault is that? Is it the church? Is it the community? Is it our values? Have we lost everything we have, so much so that going out for a good time spells having money, spending it, and buying people? Now, is that what we have come to? I guess that's the other side of the question we're going to have to tackle when we get back. Stay with us if you find this subject interesting, because after all, we're only talking about you. We'll be right back. Hello, my name is Harry Tambuatco and you're tuned in to this program, Politics Today. Yes, it's a political issue, our topic being stopping trafficking. We've been talking about the abuses that women have to go through and the high numbers that they continue to climb. Now, our women are in dire need of help. The question I brought up on the first part is, ano kaya, tigilin ng mga mayor if there was political will? And why is it that business permits continue to be authorized for all these presentations of what we call girly bars all over town? You've got them in almost every crook and cranny. Alam naman po natin where they are. Why are they allowed to continue? Even what they call massage parlors.
Yeah.
So why are these all allowed? Why are we allowing it? Why is the community allowing it? And worst of all, why do the customers keep growing? So is it our values? Is it our morals? After all, we do watch and enjoy the noontime TV programs where the women who are paid to dance behind the hosts are dressed skimpily. You've got billboards left and right towering, and no matter how big they are, they continue to fall in spite of the typhoons, but they keep coming up with more promiscuity being pronounced, trying to generate what we call the male attitude towards having to go. Laling Ordoñez, our guest from Soroptimist, Philippines. Laling, hindi kaya problema ang political will, the men, the congressmen, the senators, the leaders, that these people have the mandate. It seems they don't really care, they let it go. That's why we see a proliferation of it. TV na lang eh.
Maybe it's not that they don't care, but maybe they don't find it or consider it a priority.
Mga pulis, sinasabi mo, hinuhuli ng pulis. Totoo ba hinuhuli ng mga pulis o kuro-kuro lang yan? About these people, which we call police, alam mo, they're also fathers and many of them have daughters.
Yes.
How is it that, so it's commerce, it's just in lure of more
Plain
money.
commerce.
So they don't really care about the trafficking. So how do we resolve an issue like this? How do we stop trafficking? Is it morals, values, education?
It's all combined, you know. For example, another initiative that SI Makati went into, well, we used to go to barangays. Since Makati is our area, so we went to barangays in Makati.
Pero wala namang poverty masyado sa Makati. The mayor's done
Hindi,
quite well
meron
here.
din. Yung mga women, and we invited some men, no, mga parents, no, men and women, and then together we invited also to partner with us the DSWD, okay, and to help us give PowerPoint presentations